Prologue, April 367, Nag Hammadi. Athanasius, the Orthodox Patriarch of Alexandria, wrote an Easter letter to all the monasteries in Egypt. The letter listed those books that were to be considered acceptable and included in the Bible, the oldest known list of the 27 books in the New Testament. All other writings were considered heretical and were to be destroyed at once. Unsurprisingly, the Nag Hammadi codices were not on this list. And so it was time. The monks were prepared. The word was given, and two of the younger brothers, Abu and Khalil, prepared for their mission that night. There was no time to be wasted. Fortunately, it was almost full moon and they would not need lamps to light their way and alert their enemies. Carlyle, slight in stature, carefully packed the collection of books in his old battered leather satchel. Safely inside his satchel were the 13 papyrus codices and 2 diaries. The diaries of Mary Magdalene and her daughter Sarah, chronicling what happened after the darkest day when Yeshua was crucified. Abu, an ox of a man, effortlessly lifted the large earthenware jar to the saddle of his camel and bound it in place. Abu nodded at Khalil and they rode into the night towards Jabal al-Tarif. Abu led the way and after a few hours stopped, looked around to ensure there was no one around, dismounted and hobbled the camels. Abu carefully unloaded the large jar onto his shoulder and Khalil carried the satchel and 2 spades they would need to dig a hole and bury their treasure. Khalil, nimble and light on his feet like a mountain goat, led the way, following an undefined but pre-agreed route. Abu, slowed down by his load, followed at a steady pace. After climbing steeply for half an hour or so, Khalil stopped by a huge boulder, laid down his satchel and started digging in the soft soil against the cliff face. Abu arrived and joined in with the digging. With 2 of them, progress was swift. The hole had to be at least 6 feet deep to completely cover the jar and its precious contents. Whilst Khalil placed the books inside the jar, Abu set about making a seal out of sand and water. The sand contained lime and when mixed with water formed a quick-drying mortar which would make an airtight seal. He used a palette knife to apply the mortar at the rim of the jar and then placed a bowl on top, held in place by a large rock for good measure. Between them they lowered the jar into the hole and put the soil back, burying the jar well below the surface. They smoothed the surrounding soil with the soles of their sandals so it looked undisturbed. An owl swooped past and startled them. They smiled at one another in relief. But no one came this way, and they were sure they hadn't been followed. It was done. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book until the time of the end. Old Testament, Daniel 12:4.